Well, what a fantastic start we've had to life in Tier 7 of English football. We are currently unbeaten in the league. We are the only team with a 100% record. And today we are taking on FC United of Manchester, who are the team predicted to finish second. So we're going to run the intro and we'll get straight into the game. Yes, that's right, guys. Welcome back to episode number 33 of Grassroots to Giants here in the northeast of England with Norton Stockton Ancients. And as I alluded to there in the intro, you can see that we are comfortably top of the league. 7 games played, 21 points on the board, 25 goals for, and only 4 conceded. We have been in absolutely scintillating form. We don't have the top scorer of the league, though. That belongs to Joe Ridley of Clitheroe. But James Gale and Devante Rodney both up there. In terms of average ratings, it's been a fantastic performance for us. Schedule-wise, if we have a quick look, of course, you were here for the opening day of the season against Ilkeston Town. Thumped Mansfield 5-0. Thumped New Mills 3-0. 2-0 over Basford United. Farsley Celtic was a little bit closer than I would have liked. It was actually quite a close game in the end. We were, 3-1 up, and then they pulled one back in the 82nd minute, and it was a little bit squeaky bum time. Especially with Rodney missing a penalty. He's actually missed a few penalties this season. But then we absolutely hammered Morpeth Town. Rodney bagging himself 4 goals in that game. Rugby Town in the FA Cup first qualifying. Again, another comfortable win. We did make some rotation to that to the squad for that. And then most recently, we've taken on Concert. Another 4-1 win. Rodney, by the way, has been absolutely fantastic for us in terms of goal scoring. He's consistent as well, which is really, really good. I've not yet seen an injury for him, but he's played a total of 8 games for us this season with 8 goals and 3 assists, so he's been absolutely brilliant. Hugworth as well has been awesome. Again, another very consistent performer, which is awesome. 8 games played, 4 goals and 7 assists. The 2 wide men there are linking up really, really well for us. But we are going to take on FC United of Manchester. We're possibly going to do Tamworth in the FA's second qualifying round. They are a Vanarama regional league team, which of course is the division above us. So first of all, we have got to deal with FC United of Manchester. Some tired legs in the squad. We have just recently brought them back from a 3-day rest after the last game. Again, we've had a lot of games in short period of time early on in the season. But the lineup for today is going to be McNamara, Winfield, Aziakono and Greenwood. Cubban has got a decent relationship down his right-hand side with Hugworth. Winfield is yet to establish one with Rodney, but we have rotated Winfield a little bit with Josh Scott. Josh Scott has also played up here, which is a position he can play in. He is, however, left-footed, so it doesn't really work for the inside forward role. But Glover, Wozniak and Spencer as the midfield 3, and then we're going to go with James Gale up front, who has been complaining about lack of first team football again, but he's done the business for us so far. He's got 7 goals so far compared to Rob Parker's 2. So that's the lineup. Spencer has not played a lot of football for us, to be completely truthful, so he is lacking match sharpness just a little bit, but we're looking for a decent result here, looking to continue our 100% record in the league. And obviously, if we can beat the team that are predicted to finish second, that leaves us in an excellent position going forward. And you know, we're already 5 points clear after this is our 8th game, so it's going really, really well. Into the 12th minute though, and we have got our first highlight. It's a throw-in by Cubban. He finds Hugworth, and now it's Spencer forward to Cubban again, inside to Dylan Hugworth. Finds Jay Glover. Now Conrad Wozniak out wide. It ends up out wide with Winfield on the left-hand side. Gets the ball into the box towards James Gale. Meets it with his head, but it's a poor header and it's gone over the bar. Under pressure from the defender there, James Gale struggled to keep his effort on target. Corner in the 20th minute to be swung in by Dylan Hugworth. It's towards James Gale again, but again he's missed the header. I get the feeling sometimes that James Gale takes about 5 or 6 before he finds the target. And that's that lack of consistency that he's got. We are working the ball forward again though. It's out wide with Winfield. He gets the ball into the box, but it's to nobody this time. It's headed clear by Bradshaw. Now Wozniak into Morton Spencer. Spencer with the effort from range, but it's gone just wide of the post. Yeah, the way that I'm led to believe that consistency works in Football Manager is basically the consistency is how often a player is able to perform to their attributes. So if you've got an inconsistent player, like James Gale is, he's not going to perform to his attributes every game. So that could mean that he's maybe only hitting 60% of his attributes, which if we have a look at him in a minute once this highlight's over, I'll just pause it quickly. We'll just have a look at James Gale. I'm pretty sure he is inconsistent. He is. So if he's only sort of like 60% of his heading, say his heading's actually, what, an 11, a 10, 11, his jump and reach, stuff like that. If he's only performed to 60% of these, he's actually quite a poor player. He's doing it for us, but it takes him a little while to do it for us, and that's because of that lack of consistency. Whereas you've got Dylan Hugworth, who is very consistent. He performs to his attributes almost every game, which is what makes him so dangerous for us. But we are going to get into half-time here with the scores still level by the looks of things. It's been a fairly evenish first half. We've had big XG, but we had a big jump right here. We've had more shots as well, but it's still 0-0. They're keeping us at bay. I'm going to tell the boys I'm not happy, as the assistant suggested there. We need to get up the other end and get a goal. We go straight away on the attack though. Cubban into Glover. Now Spencer and Glover again. Back to Sam Greenwood. We still haven't found a replacement at central defence. Bring some more strength and depth in. Cubban though, advancing down the right hand side, gets the ball into the box and it's towards Gale, and that's what, the third one now. So maybe in a couple more he might find the target. Rodney, for once, has actually had a poor game on the left hand side, which is quite rare. We'll give him a little shout all on his own. He's down to a 6.2. Their right back's not playing particularly well either. In fact, it's not been the best of performances all round from us, has it? Let's have a shout at the full team. We're also going to look to make some changes. Instruction. No. Click the right thing, Dean. That's better. James Gale's got a little bit of an injury. I've got Rob Harker on the bench. Or do we go with... We'll go with Rob Harker. Rodney, you've had a shocker. Let's get Scott on. Tremaine, you can come on for Spencer. Triple change. 12 minutes remaining. Let's go and bag this goal. We need it. I want the 100% record. But approaching stoppage time now, it does not look like it's going to happen. It's been a boring 0-0. Welcome back to Northeast football. Grassroots to Giants. 0-0 for the first game of the day. Not good. Not good. I've bigged us up there. You've seen all the results. And then we go and do that. It does leave us 5 points clear though, which is great. James Gale's out for a couple of days, tight thigh. I have got Bamber Bridge to play in 3 days' time, and then we've got the cup game against Tamworth. So I'll catch up with you guys in just a minute, and we'll go through that cup game. Hopefully we can score a goal this time. Right then, guys, welcome back. We took on the one game since you were last with us. It was a 2-0 win over Bamber Bridge. Back to winning ways. It was Rodney and Harker with the goals. So we've restored a 7-point lead at the top of the league. So we're taking on Tamworth today. We are the favourites, but only very slightly, which is, you know, we're away from home as well, which is not the greatest. But for today's game, we're going to go McNamara, then Cubban, Azikono. Conrad is going to get a game. Josh Scott's going to come in at left back because Winfield has actually pushed into the box-to-box midfielder role for today. It's a position that he can play. We've got lots of rotation around sort of this area of the pitch, which is great. Glover and Eastman are going to play as well, and then it's a familiar front three. This Harker and James Gale switching between the two of them. So yeah, Tamworth away from home, FA Cup. We need a decent run in the FA Cup because we're starting to run out of money a little bit. If we're honest, it just disappears so fast at this level, especially with the wage budget that we've got. Yeah, it's running out quite quickly. Incidentally, by the way, I do believe that we actually signed a player to a proper contract when we were signing them. I can't remember who it was, but we've got somebody on a proper contract. Let's have a look. It is... No, I could be wrong then. I could have offered somebody a proper contract and they didn't sign it. But I could have sworn that I signed somebody to an actual contract with an actual wage. Clearly not. But it is now an option for us to do. So I am going to look to do it with a couple of the players, especially like Hugworth. I did try with Hugworth, but I annoyed him. He wanted some promises, and I didn't want to make those promises. So those talks broke down a little bit. But I will go back in when I can. I'd like to get him on an actual permanent deal, so that people can't just come along and take him. Rodney is through now though, and Rodney slid it wide of the post. That would have been a great start to the game for us. Yeah, I'd like to have some of these players on proper contracts so that they can't just be poached. McNamara gets something on that, and Scott actually clears it off the line, which is a good job. McNamara did get something on that. It was a good header from the corner. Boot has now tripped Eastman, and it's going to be Hugworth with this free kick from the edge of the area, and it's a good one, but it's just clipped the top of the crossbar and gone over. Been a lot of action early on in this game. Typical that, isn't it? I say there's been a lot of action early on in this game, and then it takes another 25 minutes for us to get our next highlight. And it is us. It's Scott out on the left-hand side, looking to get the ball into the box. He comes back instead to Winfield. Scott now does get the ball into the box, but it's deep. But Dylan Hugworth is going to pick it up, and now it's Cubban. Cubban is tired, by the way. He's asking for a rest at the minute. Glynn gets it away, though. It's only as far as Glover. It is Eastman again. Now Cubban. It's a good tackle by Freitas Gavira there, but it's just hoofed clear, and it's just McNamara comes out, passes the ball to Aziakono. Now Glover. Inside to Winfield again. Wozniak. Out wide to Scott. Feeds Rodney. Rodney with the effort this time. He's hit the post. He's getting closer. He's getting closer. It was a good effort, but it does look like we're going to approach half-time with the scores level. But we do have a highlight. I could be wrong. That's a shocking free kick, though, and it's easy for McNamara. Comes out, claims that ball. Can we get ourselves something going before half-time here? McNamara goes long. It's towards Dylan Hugworth, who brings it down nicely. He's got Cubban outside of him. Cubban needs to overlap. He doesn't overlap, but he does get the ball. It's now back to Tremaine Eastman. Back all the way to Aziakono. Finds Cubban again with space to run into. It's Dylan Hugworth instead. Gets the ball across towards Rodney, and it's ended up with Winfield, but Winfield's put the ball wide off the post again. And it does look like we're going to get into half-time with the scores level. I'm going to tell them that we're doing well. I'd like to be ahead, though. I'd like to put some of this dominance into end product. Rodney's having another poor game. That's 2 games on camera this episode, and Rodney's played poorly in both of them. Hugworth inside to Eastman, though, and it's a poor pass, and it's cut out. But Cubban wins it back, and now it's Eastman. Cubban again over the top towards Dylan Hugworth, driving into the box, and he's fouled by Bood. And we are going to have ourselves a penalty, which Devante Rodney is going to take, and this is a real opportunity for us to go ahead in this game, which Rodney obliges, puts the ball into the bottom corner, and we have now taken the lead. That was his 10th goal of the season. Straight into another highlight. It's a throw-in for Cubban. It's inside to Dylan Hugworth, finds Wozniak, inside to Winfield's great ball forward towards Harker. Harker pulls it across for Dylan, and it's a good save by Clayton in goal. That was great play by the boys. Great square pass by Harker. Great ball forward to him by Wozniak as well. A corner for Tamworth, though, to be taken, and it's headed clear well. It's only as far as Glynn, though. Glynn comes back to White. He's forced all the way back to Clayton in goal. Clayton taking his time, assessing his options. He goes long. Aziakono is underneath that again, though. It's Harker feeding Rodney. Rodney's through, 1-on-1. He's got to score, and he doesn't. He hits it straight at the goalkeeper. Rodney is not playing the best in these 2 live comms. It's going to be Harker to take the corner, though. But there's nobody there. It's headed clear by Owen. So now it's Dylan Hugworth picks up the ball again, keeps that one in play just about, and it's Conrad, but that is the end of the highlight. I'm going to make a change. I am going to bring James Gale on. Harker wasn't playing too badly, but I'm going to get Gale on. See if it helps Rodney out at all. Having James Gale on the pitch, those front three have played well together in the league, as opposed to over Rob Harker. It is Saunders for Tamworth though. Finds Smith. Now Owen. Blanchard goes long, but that's easy for Josh Scott, and Josh Scott feeds Winfield in the midfield. Now it's Rob Harker. He hasn't, obviously the substitution hasn't taken place yet. He's got options out wide to the right. It's Dylan Hugworth into the penalty area. Got nobody in the middle though. He pulls it back to Tremaine Eastman, and Tremaine Eastman puts the ball into the back of the net for his second goal of the season. We just had the man over there on the right hand side, and we outnumbered them. Good run from the midfield by these two. We're going to stick with that change though. We're going to bring James Gale on. And it's been quite a dominant performance for Norton against the Vanarama National League North team. Hugworth to whip the corner in. It's going to go towards James Gale. Gets his head in the ball, and James Gale now makes it a comfortable 3-0 win for Norton. Very, very pleased with this. We needed the money. We needed the money, and it also proves that sort of next season we're going to be quite comfortable as well in the Vanarama North League if we're beating teams like Tamworth 3-0. White does have the throw in for Glyn though. Now it's White again. Feeds Smith. Back out wide to White. Goes long, but it's easily cut up by Cubban. But we're not on the end of it. Caldwell is going to pick it up. Brings the ball back forward for Tamworth. Great ball over the top towards Muir. And Muir's hit the bottom of the post, but Muir was offside anyway. We're approaching stoppage time now, and it is Norton and Stockton Ancients into the third round of the Cup. Third qualifying round of the FA Cup, I should say. Of course, we're not quite in the FA Cup proper yet. It's only qualifying so far. But I am pleased with that performance. It makes up for that disappointing 0-0 for the first game of the episode against FC United of Manchester. I'm not going to show the draw. I'm just going to skip ahead. It's £3,500 in the bank. Hugworth, you were brilliant, mate. Financially, if we just have a look, we're down to 40k. We were up here at 160k. So it's not going great. It's not going great. The draw for the next round of the Cup, by the way, is on the 22nd. Do you know what? I am going to do it. I'm going to click forward to tomorrow, and we're going to get that draw up. We've got an autosave going on, though. Good time in Football Manager. Good time in Football Manager. It doesn't take too long, thankfully. We're not too deep into the save yet. We're only in season 4. Once we start getting to sort of 15, 20 seasons, then those autosaves can take a little while. Have we got? Yeah, here we go. We've got the draw. We're not going to do an automatic draw because there's still 98 teams left in. So we'll just draw all teams, see where we've come out. We are at home to Bishop Stafford, who are a Vanarama National South team. So again, a good test for us. That is probably... Let's click forward, see when it gets scheduled for... that is probably going to be in the next episode. Sheffield came up with us, incidentally. Hyde are currently 4th. Clitheroe are 2nd. I'll play through these 2 games, Sheffield, Curzon, Ashton, and I'll decide whether we're going to do Hyde or Clitheroe in the next episode. We're definitely going to do Bishop's Stortford. As I said, they are the division above us, so that should make be a good little test for us again. But whether we do Hyde or Clitheroe is entirely dependent on where these two are in the league after these next couple of fixtures. As always though, guys, thank you very, very much for watching. If you have enjoyed what you've seen, please hit that thumbs up button. You know how much it helps me out. But I've been Dean, and I'll see you all next time for episode number 34. Cheers, guys.